Pumpkin power. Nothing beats Halloween. It's Drew Brockman's favorite holiday. And this year will be awesome. Much better than last year, or the year Lee and Tabby played that joke. A nasty practical joke on Drew and her best friend Walker. Yes, this year Drew and Walker have a plan. A plan for revenge. It involves two scary pumpkin heads. But something's gone wrong. Way wrong. Because the pumpkin heads are a little too scary. A little too real. With strange hissing voices. And flames shooting out of their faces.
Hello, and welcome back to Goosebumps Overviews, the show where we talk about Goosebump books and judge them on their merit. Tonight's episode is book number 48,
Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. Ooh, scary.
The cover is also, and I know I'm gonna tread on some heels here, pretty damn goofy. I mean, come on, the dog is wearing a jack-o'-lantern on its head. It's pretty goofy. I watched a few other people's reviews on the cover, and they all really like it. They think it's menacing. I say, what is going on here? It looks like a bunch of kids are just wearing jack-o'-lanterns. It kind of gives me that Stranger Things, Goonies, E.T. vibe. Honestly, reading the book, however, it does really give me that E.T. vibe. You know, the Steven Spielberg movie. But we'll get into that. We're talking about the cover here. The cover, by itself, is goofy. It is just goofy, man. I don't even know what else to say. Look at this guy. What's up with his teeth? He looks like Lenny from Mice and Men. The dog here. Look at the dog. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. He's got a jack-o'-lantern on his head. And what is this, man? Oh no, it's a bunch of pumpkins. I have bad news for you. Pumpkins aren't scary. Don't believe me? Watch Pumpkinhead. No, it ain't scary. It's so scary there's no pumpkins in that movie. What the hell, man? I watched it and I was like, why? There's no pumpkins in this. There's pumpkins in this though, so don't be afraid about that. Cover is just meh. I guess it's a meh. It's goofy like the last one. So yeah. I honestly I think I like this cover a lot less than Lost Legend, and that's kind of saying a lot. Yeah. Probably one of my least favorite covers. Drew and her best friend Walker are tired of getting bullied by their neighbors, I guess. I don't even know why they hang out around these kids, these bully kids. Lee and Tabitha. They are really good at pranking, actually. Really, really good. And really good at avoiding being pranked. And they're kind of introduced as the bully characters, but they don't seem that bad to me. Drew and Walker are really pissed about getting pranked all the time by these guys, and they really want to get back at Tabitha and Lee. Supposedly, they've ruined their Halloween, I guess. They've done pranks like had a Halloween party and invited these two guys to break in and pretend they're robbers and make all the guests do push-ups. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, hey, yeah, and then I guess, they do typical jump scares to them, and, yeah. Honestly, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Get over it, you babies. My god, you're crying about it like they just pissed in your cornflakes. That ain't shit. So right away, I guess we're supposed to sympathize with them, but I don't care. I don't care. And, yeah, I just don't care. So it's been years, and Drew has finally concocted the best plan ever with some of her friends, Shane and Shauna, or Shayna, I don't know. The episode calls her Shauna, so I'm gonna go with Shauna. Just because I am terrible at pronouncing names. So Shane and Shauna come up with this intriguing idea. Of course, we're not really told the specifics, but we're gonna find out. So Drew and Walker, Tabitha and Lee, they're all going out for Halloween trick-or-treating. And that's when things happen. Before we get into that, though, there are a few details I wanted to discuss about the plot. First of all, Drew's parents don't want her to go out trick-or-treating because 4 people have mysteriously disappeared. 4 plump adults. And second of all, Walker's costume. He's described as wearing all black and black makeup covering his face. Is he doing blackface? Is Walker doing blackface? Goosebumps books never talk about race, and I don't talk about race either because I don't care. People think it's a hot button issue. I think it's just bullshit mainly. But yeah, considering that the episode Drew was African American, I don't know, that just kind of made me laugh. Like the parrots come out and they're just like, the fuck are you supposed to be? I was just picturing that interaction in my head. I really wish the episode had, Walker doing that full detail. Because I guess his costume was supposed to be a dark and stormy night. I don't really get... I don't get where he came up with that, but it's kind of a lame costume, dude. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up. That made me laugh. So, Drew, Walker, Tabitha, and Lee are accosted by 2 strange figures with pumpkin heads. Of course, we're led to believe this is Shane and Shauna, but we slowly doubt things as the story progresses, as these 2 pumpkin heads know a good place to go trick-or-treating. A place where they can trick-or-treat forever. And I have to admit, R.L. Stine kind of pulls a Stephen King here, where he takes a non-scary thing and makes it kind of scary. Being forced to trick-or-treat forever, that is like a punishment from hell in and on itself, and it's pretty interesting. And there are a lot of good scares in this book. And despite what the cover led me to believe, this is actually a pretty good Goosebumps book. Not as good as a lot of the ones I've covered, but still pretty good nonetheless. And it has a really M. Night Shyamalan level of twist. It's not one twist, it's a triple twist. That's, yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't really feel rushed. It has a good twist and a good ending. It is a little bit slow in the beginning, and I just can't really identify with the characters. But this all evens out pretty well. So for spoilers, basically these kids are taken to a neighborhood full of these pumpkinhead creatures, but they don't know that until later when they're continuously forced to trick-or-treat. It gets pretty menacing as we find out that these monsters aren't Shane, but are actually evil pumpkin monsters and want to force these kids to trick-or-treat forever. When their bags get too heavy, these monsters force them to, like, eat the candy so it's lighter. The episode kind of fucks this up, though, because they totally throw out a lot of the good scares, but that's not really important to this. I think one of the greatest scares in this is when they finally decide to run away, and basically the entire neighborhood just chases after them, and they're revealed to be all pumpkin-headed monsters. So it turns out that after, Tabitha and Lee run away, the pumpkin creatures were Shane and Shauna, and they were also aliens. That's right, guys. Shane and Shauna were aliens the whole time, and Drew and Walker totally knew and weren't fooled a bit. Okay, interesting. I did not see that coming, I'll say that. Also, apparently, Shane and Shauna eat humans and have been... and I guess they're the source for the disappearing people? So, I guess this one's kind of a dark ending, because the aliens warn Drew not to eat too much candy, because she'll be a good food source for them. And Drew's like, you're kidding, right? Right? Oh, it is a bit silly, but it's an okay ending, especially for kids, I guess. This book, what can I say? It's pretty good. It's probably one of the better ones. I just, like I said, I don't really identify with the characters too much, and there's a little bit of dragging in the middle and the beginning, but when it gets to that second half, it's really good. I'm giving this book a 7 out of 10. I would recommend. Wouldn't recommend the episode, though. Anyway, guys, that has been my review of Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to stay tuned for next episode when we cover Vampire Breath. Oh god, I can smell this one from here. Have a scary day.